Both Kendrick Lamar and Drake are proving that they're far from finished. Since we last updated you, Kendrick has been stacking up wins, sweeping the Grammys, won all of his categories, won 5 Grammys, which is insane, and delivering on a historic Super Bowl halftime show. Meanwhile, Drake is refusing to fade, setting his own streaming records, filing lawsuits, and making some very bold fashion statements on tour. So, is Drake's rebound already underway? And could this end up like Nas and Jay-Z, where both thrive despite the beef? Let's get into it. Kendrick Lamar's diss track, not like, what do you say?
Nas thrived.
Yeah, Nas has won several Grammys since.
Nas won 1 Grammy 2 years ago.
Okay. Kendrick Lamar's diss track, Not Like Us, isn't just a song. First of all, Nas won that battle, by the way. So, what are you talking about?
He ain't win the war.
So it was Jay-Z who had to do the comeback.
He ain't win the war.
Okay, well, he won the battle. That's where we're getting at. Don't interrupt me again, though, because I'll meet you. At the 2025 Grammys, Kendrick Lamar took home Record of the Year, Song of the Year, and Best Rap Performance, all for the same track. And if that wasn't enough, he just became the first rapper ever to hit 100 million monthly Spotify listeners. And let's talk about that Super Bowl halftime show, Dex. Kendrick took the stage alone, delivering a politically charged performance featuring SZA, Samuel L. Jackson, and even Serena Williams, who crip walked on whatever was left of that relationship with Drake. But with all that momentum, many fans are calling this a victory lap for Kendrick and a big L for Drake. Then there's the lawsuit. Drake has taken things beyond music, suing Universal Music Group, I was supposed to say university, what the hell, UMG, for defamation, claiming that they artificially boosted Not Like Us and damaged his reputation. Meanwhile, conspiracy theories are swirling that his new album with Party Next Door is being suppressed on streaming platforms, something that he liked, a theory that he liked on DJ Academic's show that he posted, fueling even more drama. Then, as you see here, the questionable attire. Do you like the boots?
I do not.
Ty, do you like the boots?
No, I don't like the outfit. But I am
questionable. But Drake is far from done. Just days after, I should say, Kendrick broke the one-day Spotify streaming record. Drake immediately topped it, pulling in 92.4 million streams in a single day. And let's not forget about his opening night on tour, where he ended up walking on stage in a hoodie covered in bullet holes with smoke pouring out of the back. So dramatic. Have y'all seen the video of this?
No.
I don't think so.
Okay, well, here you go.
Love that.
I love a stunt, and then he was doing it to Over My Dead Body. I'm into it. If the smoke detectors in my house wouldn't go off, I would totally do that for the Real Talk Halloween show. Like, that would be my costume.
So dramatic. Like, what are you doing, dog? So let's debate. Is Drake's rebound already happening, Dex? And will this turn into a Nas Jay-Z situation where both rappers continue to flourish despite, an all-time beef? What do you think?
Well, I will say this, though. I want to make a confession.
Okay.
I, as the resident Drake stan on Bro Talk Live, I have not listened to some sexy songs for you.
Look at you.
But I have listened to GNX, and I like it.
I bet you did. I did.
I like Kendrick's new album.
You did. I know.
After watching the Super Bowl performance after it happened, I like that too. I know you did. I don't dislike Kendrick Lamar. I don't hate Kendrick Lamar.
Okay. So there's no more Little Man. There's no more Drake.
I think Kendrick Lamar is
none of that.
Kendrick Lamar he's worked for it. He has earned my respect.
Okay. Hey, he beat your man's ass so bad.
I mean, with the 5 Grammys and like the Super Bowl performance, which I didn't like it initially, but then I liked it or whatever. I think Drake is gonna be fine. I think Drake is fine. I don't really think anything's gonna come out of this when it comes to Drake or whatever. I'm actually just very impressed with Kendrick Lamar. And I do think, outside of myself being realistic, I do think Kendrick has introduced himself to a huge new fan base. Like I am
Oh,
Eric, I am
including
not like
Dexter.
these people. I'm not like these people who were Cowboys fans yesterday and Eagles fans as of
Ooh.
February 2025. I'm not those people. I will
Yeah.
not be jumping ship. I am still a Drake
Fan.
liker. I don't know if I'm a fan, but I'm a Drake liker. But I think Kendrick has been very impressive, and I don't think this will be a Nas and Jay. Actually, no, I think this will be a Nas and Jay-Z. Except the way I look at it, where one of them run laps around the other one, and the other one just sits down and cries about his daughter or something. I don't know.
Okay. Well,
Me saying that
your
Jay-Z had a
honesty.
much better career than Nas did, and they're not even equal.
Well, true, but I get what you're saying. Ty, how do you feel about the beef? Is it over for you? Has Kendrick completely sealed the deal? Is he going to go down in history as the, overall rapper of this generation?
No, now you're going too far.
I don't care about the beef per se. I was getting into some of the stuff with the lawsuit. I thought it was all pretty interesting stuff. And after
interesting in what way? As in you believe it, or interesting as in a desperate ploy to try to right some
I
wrongs?
definitely believe it for sure. Like I'm definitely on Drake's side with the lawsuit. I think that's all legit. I hope he wins the lawsuit. As a matter of fact, if Drake wins his lawsuit, I think it'll do a lot for other artists who are kind of having to deal with these companies.
Okay,
like
so let's explore this. So you think that Universal Music Group decided that they were going to boost Kendrick's diss versus Drake versus Drake's diss versus Kendrick, when Drake was already the bigger artist, and it would have made more sense for them to boost Family Matters than not like us.
Right, he newly signed to them. Drake was already with them. Drake was demanding shitloads of money that they weren't trying to give him, and so I want this other artist. Kendrick Lamar is one of the only people, and we all know that, who could even stand a chance against doing anything with Drake's career. So, we're gonna boost him, because if he doesn't do it, no one can. I don't think
it was a boost. I think it was organic. Go ahead, Dex.
Jason, it definitely was. It was.
I think
we did this collective glaze of this song.
Yeah, but it wasn't because of Universal Music Group preparing the song for us on Spotify. It was because the song was hot.
And we acted like Family Matters wasn't hot, and it was. We did a lot there, and I'm just saying, I'm on Drake's side.
I see. I hear you. I'm not going to argue.
Lawsuit. I do want Kendrick Lamar.
Wow, what a turn!
This Not Like Us song, because I'm finished with that.
Wow.
I'm done with that. I thought the Grammys was a lot. That was
all. Dex Hill turn. My God.
That was all a backroom deal, and we got 5 Grammys for something.
What is happening?
Come on.
Well, Jay, okay. Can you take me?
This is Back to the Beach 96. What the hell is happening right now?
This
is a leg drop on Kendrick Lamar.
I will say this. I do think that Ty is right. Right? Ty is correct here, right?
I don't.
But let me just tell you why Ty is correct. Ty is correct that Drake is correct in this, and Drake knows this because they've done it for him. They've done this for you.
That's the thing. And that's the thing. Drake can't act like they've never boosted his streams. They boost the hot song. Yes, they got word that the song was hot, and it was hot in these streets, and it was bumping as soon as it popped out. And then they decided to put extra money behind it. But that's not any different. Hold on. Let me finish. But that's not any different than what they've done with all these Drake songs beforehand. Passion Fruit, God No. What was the song that he had when he was giving out people money in the video? What the hell was that song?
God's Plan.
God's Plan. Yeah. God knows. Yeah, God's Plan.
But just, what I'm saying is where I disagree with you is where I think that I don't think it's necessarily completely organic. I think that they see a song.
Were you on X that night?
Just listen, I think that it's not a song. I'm not saying that the song people didn't like it and didn't respond to it, but what I'm saying is I don't think it's always as, for instance, you listen to some of these records that come out and you're like, you mean to tell me this is the best song that's on the charts right now? You look at the charts right now, and I'm not saying.
First of all, Drake has had about 15 number one songs that wouldn't have been number one if they didn't pay for it.
But that's what I'm saying though. I don't think it's an organic thing. I think that these are songs that these are artists that they want to they want to push these artists, so then they do this, and I think that is like common, and I think Drake knows that. He's blaming them for doing that with Kendrick because they've done it with him plenty of times.
Kendrick is being used, right? Kendrick is being used, and I think this is a good moment.
I think you guys,
but Kendrick is definitely being used. Like Drake needs to win this lawsuit. Kendrick is being used, and he's enjoying it because it's a good ride for him. Why not? But this was all orchestrated. Like it was very, very orchestrated, very targeted.
Backdoor.
20 rappers going against one rapper. Like and like it's very obvious to me. It's like, what is this?
No,
okay,
you know
so
what? Ty,
let me finish. Let me say this: if Kendrick's being used,
if you believe that this was just an organic, Kendrick is the king of, and he just decided to take Drake down because of a small diss, then
a small diss. Drake has been dissing Kendrick for 7 years. Ty, what are you talking about?
Well, why
it's
he
a build up.
It's been a build up. Well, why did he diss him back 7 years ago then?
Right.
Because Drake never.
Because he
Drake never claimed the throne. Drake never claimed. What was the straw that broke the camel's back? Was that video he did with J. Cole, and he acted like there was just the top two, and there wasn't nobody else. Okay, that was the straw that broke the camel's back, and that's why Kendrick hopped on like that. It wasn't even his record. Hopped on a song that wasn't even his record, asked for a feature with Metro Boomin in the future, and called it out. And that's what started all of this.
And see,
Drake
Jason,
decided to respond. Kendrick responded. Drake responded.
I've been
Kendrick
wanting to
responded.
ride with
That's all
Kendrick
that it
so
was.
bad. You see, I started this off. I was riding with Kendrick so bad, and I'd be wanting to, but like you be doing too much. If you just like,
I've been doing too much.
You should be doing too much. And you know what?
The people got on the phone. They called Kendrick. They said, "We gave you a small deal. There's a bigger deal in this for you. If you can save us some money and take down this so-called
take down."
Kendrick said, "Bet I got you." He went in there and did what he could do because he's a great lyricist. He's a great artist. Wow. I like both artists, but this is bullcrap. Like,
I will say the true test. The true test, I think. The true test, I think we can all agree with this one is we'll see where Kendrick goes next. Like if he can't move past the Drake stuff and just release new stuff where it's not coming at Drake, we're not worried about Drake, and we'll see where it goes. Let's see what happens next year at the Grammys.
Finish this segment.
Let me tell you something important. This is my last.
That's all we got. You got to move to the next story.
Let me tell you, this last thing I'm gonna say on this. I don't care how good Kendrick Lamar can rap. We're not living without Drake. We can't survive on Kendrick Lamar's music. We can't.
Well, I could live without the last album.
He doesn't do what we need to do. He doesn't do what we needed to do. I enjoy his music when I'm in that mood, but Drake is still very important to the industry. I think both artists will make it out of this just fine. However, I do think this whole thing was targeted. I want Drake to win this lawsuit, and I want everyone to look deeper into the lawsuit than just to say, "Oh, Drake is being bitter." That's all.
No, when I read up on that lawsuit, it definitely was some stuff in there that like you got to look at it and be like, yeah, Drake actually might have a point there. My only thing is, I think Drake knows about this because he's benefited from it in the past. That's the only caveat that I have with like Drake in this lawsuit. It's like you've benefited from this, and other people around you have benefited from this, and now you're upset that somebody else is benefiting from it. Kiana said, I would back the lawsuit if it was anyone else but Drake. He's a culture vulture, and everything was cool when he was the beneficiary of the label's games. He's a hypocrite, and his peers hate him because he's an awful person. I think that kind of sums up what we all think here. Then I will say the biggest thing about Kendrick is that I think he has exposed Drake for the culture vulture that people say he is. I mean, like it's hard to look past that. And there's other things that he's kind of exposed him for. And I do think it's a good thing because I think Drake will calm down and not be hanging around these children anymore. So this is a win-win for everybody. Eric says Drake's last 3 albums were hot garbage. As a Drake fan, I will say the last Drake album that I liked was Nothing Was the Same.
Okay. And that's that on that.
And I do have another question before we move on. Are we talking about the Grammys at all? Because if not, I need to say something real quick. Actually, 2 things I need to say real quick.
Go ahead.
Okay, one, I feel like we moved on from Irv Gotti passing away way too fast. Like Irv Gotti passed away and people pretended like they care for 24 hours and then now like nothing. I didn't even hear anything about this man being buried. That's number one. And then number 2, I got a bone to pick with Beyonce. Like, I know that we're big fans of Beyonce and all that stuff like that, but we people have campaigned for 20 years for Beyonce to win Album of the Year at the Grammys. She won Album of the Year at the Grammys, and she said she got up on the stage and she said, oh, "Thanks, y'all," and walked away. That's a problem. But people have been giving their lives and arguing with people and losing friends on social media because you have not won this Album of the Year in this Album of the Year category. You get up there and that's the best speech that you can do. Come on, Beyonce. That's all I have.
Are those people me? I said, are those people me?
Huh?
Are those people me that's been fighting all these years for Beyonce?
Jason, you're a perfect example of this. When I heard that speech, I immediately thought of you, and I said, I wonder how he feels about that. Like, he is.
It was very short. It was very short.
He has campaigned for this woman for decades. I literally argue about it every single year you do. Like, you go hard. Like, you're not even like a beehive type of guy. You go so hard. And what was your reaction to that speech?
It was, it was quaint.
You were disappointed, and I know that you were disappointed, and I don't blame you for being disappointed about that. You should have been disappointed. Jay-Z got up there last year and was like, some of y'all don't even need to belong in this category, and they gave them man hell after that. And all for her to get up there and be like,
I think maybe she was genuinely shocked and wasn't really prepared.
Why should be shocked? She paid for it.
Stop it. But I think what
problems where like she definitely should have won, like she's definitely gonna win, and she didn't. I think this album, she received so much hate for it. And so, like, there's no way I'm winning for this one. This is the one, like, there was a lot going on there. So she probably didn't think she was going to win for that one. And just like,
well, she could have just checked the bank account and saw that the check cleared. I don't understand why she wouldn't think she would win.
Like, at this point, I just don't even care anymore. And so I don't even care anymore speech.
And Beyonce has not been giving speeches for 25 years.
Yes, she has, Dex. Like, she's been, what are you talking about? Destiny's Child came into being back in like 1998. Like,
and she's been giving. And she's been talking.
She's been accepting awards.
She talking, but like that's what happens when everyone gets older. You stop talking as much.
Okay.
Well, she gonna harm people. She got think.
Kendrick gave a speech.
Kendrick's not Beyonce.
Kendrick's younger than
respectfully.
Coherent.
Respectfully. Beyonce is the Dex, literally, Beyonce has the most Grammys in the history of the award show.
Yeah.
So she's giving more speeches at that award show than anyone, right?
Taylor Swift wins Album of the Year every other year, and she
don't say shit. She don't say nothing.
No, yes, she do. She gets up there and she still has.
She get up there and she say, "Well, thank you guys
Beyonce never won that award
for voting for me once again, and I appreciate it. And I'll see you guys next year."
Well,
like that's what she says.
Well.
Her goofy ass.
Well, you know what? Y'all accept mediocrity, so that's fine. Y'all accept it. Y'all buy the liquor, y'all buy the perfume, y'all get the tour tickets, y'all cowboy Carter it out.
Okay.